nice box. Cap. My new stand. And then, oh yeah, some 75-pound modules and my integrate rest. Alright, so I think I have, I know I have a lot of explaining to do. So let's jump into it. So why all of a sudden get rid of Project XO and go for VXR? Which the timing might seem to be a bit off to you guys because the new bow launch is in almost a month's time. And yeah, I just bought a brand new VXR. So what's the deal over here? Well, I decided that I will be hunting a lot more than I'll be doing target shooting next year. This is due to a few external reasons that I've chosen to go that route. But still, I mean, with 60-pound switch weights, this is not going to stop me from doing a tournament or two next year. So the kit that's going to go on this bow, well, let's start this build. So I went out and bought one of these overly engineered bow stands because we don't have a vise in our workspace. So this is going to be like my bow vise, bow stand, and we're going to use it in conjunction with Quattro Archery's marketing. So I think this is going to come in handy. I've never actually put one of these on a bow before. Okay, so we can check. Can't be that hard. Ha! Clip this sucker over. There we go. It's standing. Now for the rest. I should probably explain why I went with the integrate rest. Because I had a Hamsky Trinity Pro, which was already a solid rest, but I sold it in order to get my hands on this one. Was that a mistake? Fight me in the comments down below. I have my own reasons. I initially ordered that rest for target shooting so that I can put the conversion kit on it, so that I can accommodate a thinner and a thicker arrow a lot easier. As well as having the option of the containment and the big plastic fork for a silent drawback, you know, so you don't have that scraping carbon on metal sound like when you draw, which is not ideal for hunting because the purpose of the TRX 36 was to hunt with it on the side and do a lot of target shooting. But as I mentioned, that swapped around real quick. So why this rest? It's about, I think, $50 more expensive than the Trinity Hunter Pro, and I've seen a lot of posts where people swear by this or they tell me it's junk. But from my experience, from Quad is very good, it's solid. I haven't had any trouble, so I have no problem going back to this integrated rest. Plus, the option of the dovetail mount is, well, not dovetail, but almost like the Picatinny rail over here is one of the features that I wanted to make use of. So this is the rest that will be going on. As I mentioned, I have some 75-pound mods. I would prefer an 80% let-off because I am used to the higher let-offs because of the target bows. but it's not a problem for me. Let's get this raised on here. Here we have some instructions. I should probably go through this, but yeah, I'm gonna admit it, I never do. Extra grease, Allen keys, always important. This looks like a plug for the burger hole. Okay, cool. I'm gonna open that right now. Okay, take this Allen key, goodness, that's tight. All right. Mission need is this bolt over here. There we go. Oh yeah, that's nice and secure, but we'll find out once we get that fully set up and start shooting with it. Alright, so for the last few bits and pieces, that is a nice addition, and then I'm gonna quickly tie in this piece of rope over here. Oops. Okay, so a few guys recommended pushing it right through the cable over here. Don't know if you guys can see, right over there. But I'm gonna use this little piece of gadget to secure it to the string. It's just because I'm lazy and I'm overly excited to get to shoot the bow. Okay, so one is the rest. Still need to get the timing to align on those two marks over here, but we'll do that once there's a loop on this and we have the peep in and obviously side stabilizers and my quiver. Finally, I can put a quiver on this bow. So now I have everything bolted onto the bow and it actually looks spectacular. For the sight, I'm using an Axel Homatic Pro. Obviously you've seen the Mathews quiver, and then for my stabilizers, well, you guessed it, it's the Quattro Archery Vulcan Pros, and now it is cerakoted in the odd green. I'll maybe move my sidebar to the front and get a shorter 10-inch sidebar, but I'll still see how the whole setup feels and if the 15-inch is going to be in the way. Because this is a lot shorter bow than the TRX 36, I can get away with a shorter stabilizer to balance out this bow. So now I'm going to put on a loop, put in the peep, check out some basic stuff like the timing, poundage, all the nitty-gritty specs, and then shoot it. Right, so I'm gonna pop in the bow square, just get the center of where the arrow should sit. Move it down a bit, be easier getting it onto eye level. Okay, so the middle will be on this mark over here. Alright, then I'm gonna head to the press and quickly do the rest of the stuff there. So I am just about done putting a loop on. I have done my peep on this side. If there's anything you want to see about my process of getting the knocking point to not pinch your knock, I'll be glad to show it to you guys. Just comment below if you want to see it. And yeah, I'm quickly going to shoot this thing through the paper and sort out some peep rotation. This is still the stock strings and I'm going to keep it that way for a while. And yeah, let's get cracking. Alright, so I have the paper tuning rack ready to roll, and let's see what this thing does. Okay, so the peep is way out of alignment. It's not bad, but it's not perfect. A bit tail right and tail high as well. Quickly gonna make the adjustments so that we can have a nice starting point for the rest of the tuning. Adjust it up. Looks about the same. Okay, now I'm gonna set it again. Boom. All right, there we go. I'm just gonna confirm it so that it's not a freak shot. You know, it's actually a solid. That one over there. That, to me, is near perfect. So the setup is complete. The reason why I didn't show you the loop and the knocking point tie-ins is because I was interrupted by my friend Arno. He brought another black VXR, but this time a 28mm. I'm gonna show it to you guys now. We're gonna work a little Cerakote magic on that bow. I'm also gonna do a video about that. It's exciting. It is indeed the tune. So it was not a freak shot. Now we can commence to the next part. So this is the complete build. I'm going to move this to the side because I want to show you another bow. This is the VXR 28 that I was talking about. My friend dropped it off while I was filming this video, and I'm going to do a video on how we're going to pull this whole thing, a brand new bow, there's not even one shot through it, and customize it in a very special color. Obviously it's going to be Cerakoted. We love working with Cerakote now that Quattro Archery stuff is, everything is Cerakoted. We have a few extra color options available for custom projects like this. So if you are in South Africa and you want to do something custom, let me know. And then a special thanks to Quattro Bow Shop who helped me with this VXR 31.5. I'm so sorry, Eugene. I should have bought this freaking bow from the start and just waited for it to get back in stock. And thank you, COVID, for messing me around. So this will be my hunting rig for next year. The reason why I didn't wait for the 2021 bow launch is because I'm completely satisfied with the specs and the whole bow as a complete package. It will do everything that I will need it to do next year in the field, and I'm gonna use it. I'm probably gonna abuse it, but that is what it's made for. I chose black over the ambush green, which was a very difficult choice to do. because as you guys can see, I already have the odd green Vulcan Pros on my bow, and we developed this odd green especially for that. Well, we didn't develop it, Cerakote developed it, but we sourced it, matched it to the ambush green, and it looks superb. I'll try and get a ambush green VXR in my hand so that I can show you guys some real pictures. Invia, you're up now. I'm gonna get his bow. He has a VXR 28 with odd green Vulcan on, which looks spectacular. Now, I have a few projects that I'm gonna do with this bow regarding the color customization, so stick around. It's not gonna be like one or two, it's gonna be a few of them, which I'm really excited about. And one other thing that I want to show you guys is the difference in riser lengths between the TRX 36 and this bow. I'll be back. Risers lengths, and they are not far apart. Maybe an inch or two. So remember, there's like 5.5 inch difference between the gray sides, but as far as the longest part of the risers, it's about an inch. So I'm really excited to get this thing outside on the target, see what it feels like on. I have 7 pins up until 80 yards. I might upgrade the sight, but yeah, that's for a later stage. And yeah, now we can take this thing outside. Okay, I have everything set up ready for outside. I'm gonna start at 5 meters because of the looks on this side, it's really far out. So I'm quickly gonna do a few shots here on 5 meters. There you can see the butt behind me, and get it all the way dialed up to 50 meters. Let's quickly run through this. So soft. That one is a bit low. I'll shoot another shot, see if we get a grouping, and then adjust. That's it. Good. The right height, but the wind caught me off guard with the hinge. Yeah, so left it on 9 o'clock. Money. Feels so freaking good. I don't know what happened there, but it's not good. Just off to the right, but the height is perfect. That was just terrible. Okay, let's go and look at it. Okay, so the last shot, let me show you guys now. This was the first one on 50. I was worried about the pin sitting too low. The wind caught me off guard, and this is just a bad shot, but so is this one. I mean, I'm happy with that. If I can get everything in the 10 on 50, I'll probably never ever have to buy a new target bow. I kind of wish that they made a 65% let off, like a 70% let off in 60 pounds. I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping that they will go that far. Yes, the modules are expensive, but I mean, it gives you a whole nother bow. So far, really happy with the VXR. But that's it. This is my bow build, and this will be the rig for 2021. I could have waited for another 40 days, give or take. But as I said, I am completely satisfied with the bow as is, including the specs. I have some speculations that Mathews will produce a high energy bow again for 2021. I wanted a everyday shooting bow. We already have a Monster Accelerate, which can provide me a high energy. So yeah, that's about the only reason why I didn't wait for the 2021 bows. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next videos. Cheers guys.